Okay, we're just gonna do a state's tier list. Okay, I'm a fake fan. I don't actually some of those I will mix up. So we're gonna do this one. So I guess I'll explain some of my thinking here. We'll just go through as it is listed. Within the tiers, I'm not going to order it because S tier I will maybe, but the rest I don't care enough. So Texas is F tier. I don't like the energy of Texas. The weather of it is evil. I feel, no affection for the state, no connection to it. There's really no reason to. If you imagine like these states as if they were a person, Texas is a guy I just cannot stand this guy because he's confident, but not in like a not in like a way with like this sort of like grandiose edge or something. He's confident in the way of he's a dimwit, you know, and he's a dimwit who is controlled by positive emotion. He's not like this. I know this one guy. I won't name names. If you know, you know. But this guy's a dimwit who's like riddled with neuroses. And so he's not confident. He's unconfident in a bad way. You can be confident or unconfident, and it's fine as long as it's in like a kind of like, it has to be in an intelligent way. And Texas just doesn't have that. California is E tier. California's F tier. California is the representation of evil for a few reasons. So first of all, California is all the way on the West Coast, and in general, the wester you get, the more evil it gets because you're settled at a later time, in which more and more like anti-human technologies are prevalent, and they have this sort of grasp over man. And I think that just imbues all these places with this like uh, what do I want to call it? It's like they're abiotic, they're inorganic. In California, in particular, is a largely inorganic place. I mean, if you look at the skylines of cities in California and look at comparable skylines out here in the East, all of those cities with comparable skylines are going to be like half the population of the California ones. It's because out here they're real cities who had real density because cities are supposed to be dense. But in California, they're artificial. They're not dense. They're sprawly because they were formed in a time where they became bigger in a time where the people had cars and suburban expansion and the flee of the inner city had already began. So California is like this evil place, and on top of all that, it has this crazy cultural hold over the rest of the country. And listen, and it's because probably it's the largest state by population, and there's a lot of like media from there, Hollywood and whatever. And listen, the Beach Boys are one of my favorite bands, and in that context, I can enjoy like the surfing and whatever. But at the end of the day, I don't like the image of California, and I don't like that it is imposing itself on the rest of the country. I mean, I live in Northeast Ohio, as you should know. If you don't know, watch more videos. But we're supposed to call carbonated beverages pop where I live, and that's what I call them, pop. You know. So why is it that I hear some people from here say soda? And listen, they say soda in New York also, but I blame California for this. Uh, because California is kind of like the newer uh, authority over the culture of the nation than New York, and that's a more recent development. All right, Alabama seems bad. I don't really care though. Colorado, Western state, that's gross, and I feel like they're like elitists in Colorado. And I don't actually like the flag. It's kind of trashy, actually. I mean, I'm sure it's nice scenery, but as an East Coast warrior, I mean, Pennsylvania's probably better. Let's be real. Okay, so Connecticut, one of my enemies is from here. One of my main enemies. Uh, and it just seems really lame. Yeah, E tier. Delaware seems like really lame. I don't know. Things are not looking good for the states right now, and I hate to do this. Less than 3 hours before 2:50, but many states are not good. I'm not a patriot for the country, and I'm sorry to admit this. I'm a patriot for my region. I'm a regionalist, not a nationalist. And my region even extends beyond the country. My region includes Ontario, in my opinion. Um, and so some of these places, I'm sorry, I just hate them. Florida, worst place in the world, perhaps. I mean, at least it's wholly an eastern state. But I mean, it has the worst weather conditions of any place so far yet on here. And it's just, God, I can't think of anything good to say about Florida. Oh, and by the way, so far I've been to none of these states. None of I haven't been to any of these. Georgia. Georgia seems um better than Alabama. Say that much. The Appalachian Trail starts in Georgia, but Atlanta seems like one of the worst cities in this country. It's like the Phoenix of the East. Maybe Savannah's okay. I don't know much about Savannah. But it just seems a bit better. I mean, the cultural exports from Georgia are solid. And I know that this northwestern corner here is nice. Can have some nice, like, gave a tour, because I'm a tour guide at Hiram College, gave a tour to three boys from northwestern Georgia. They said they were really close to Chattanooga, Tennessee. And, maybe it's nice where they live. I don't know. Hawaii, I'll give it a C tier because I really don't know where to put this one. Never been to a place at all like Hawaii. Can't really imagine it. I mean, some of the scenery looks nice. I did a good essay last year on the annexation of Hawaii. I got a good grade on it, so that's good. DC is on a state. I'm not going to add it. Wisconsin seems great. I've never been to Wisconsin. So far, yeah, I haven't been to any of these, and it's going to stay that way until Iowa. Wisconsin seems great. Solid Midwestern state, great weather. Near Chicago, which I like. Well, obviously Chicago's it's not near Chicago over here, but down here. What is their forest up here called? It's called, I forget what it's called, but like this area has like nice national forest. I don't know. Wisconsin just seems solid. Arkansas. I don't know really much to say about Arkansas. It just doesn't seem great to me. Okay, Idaho. Idaho is a western state. Idaho seems like the most, Idaho has the personality like the most racist state or something like that. Idaho is just seems rough. Napoleon Dynamite is there, and I love that movie. But I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that the scenery is gorgeous. But if there's good scenery in the West, that almost makes me like it less because it's like then the people there are going to be superior about it. It's like no, go to Pennsylvania, Iowa, S tier. Iowa is one of the most incredible places I've ever seen. Because Iowa, when you're driving west from here, if you're driving west on like I-80, Iowa is where you first see the prairie, where it's literally completely flat as far as the eye can see, and that was one of the most beautiful things I ever saw. And for that, I loved it. I mean, I think that the cities in Iowa probably suck. Uh, Sioux Falls maybe seemed okay, but it probably sucks. But for what it represents to me, getting to see such a holy phenomenon of just like infinity, getting to see infinity, or at least very good representation of it, that was important to me. Okay, Kansas seems kind of like Iowa, but a bit hotter, a bit less personally significant, so we'll just put it in B. Kentucky's a tough one for me to rank. It is a state that borders Ohio, which means it's probably pretty good. But Kentucky to me, I mean, I'm probably biased, but it just seems like West Virginia, but without the things that make West Virginia so great. Like, it seems like West Virginia, but worse. It's going to get C tier. B tier. B tier. Maryland. I have been to Maryland. So now we've had 3 states in a row I've been to. Look at that. And I've been to Massachusetts as well. Maryland seemed bad. Maryland seemed like I was only in this far corner. My dad and I drove through here down on the way down to West Virginia through Pennsylvania after Somerset, Pennsylvania. Somerset, Pennsylvania. The energy there is incredible because it feels like apocalyptic. It feels like the end of the world. Because it's like once you get past it, it's like you're into the hills, man. But so we went through there, and I swear, like the second that we crossed into Maryland state lines, like we got into like Cumberland air airspace or whatever for the radio. It just all turned to like cancerous rhetoric being spewed on there. And we went to a Hoy Crest, which is the highest point of Maryland. And honestly, it wasn't a bad high point. It takes like half an hour to walk up there, and I actually did slip and fall because it was muddy. And it was a good time, but there were like all these horrible bugs that were just like coming down from the tree. I don't know, not a great place. I don't have great stuff to say about it. Massachusetts seems evil, but we drove through western Massachusetts. This is called what, like the Worcester Mountains or something, right? Oh, the Berkshire Mountains, and it was nice scenery. And I went to Boston once, and it was I was 8. I don't really know. So Mississippi's new flag is really good, by the way. Um, Mississippi, I don't really know it that much different from Alabama, to be honest. Missouri seems so lame. Like, is there anything good about Missouri or anything about it? I don't know. Montana, we'll go into here's with Idaho. Nebraska, I've been to. We went into Nebraska for about half an hour, just like right here. Uh, And Nebraska is probably like Iowa. It might be better than Iowa, actually, but I don't really know enough to say. And Iowa has that special place in my heart. So Nebraska can be A tier. Nevada seems real bad. Really bad. It's almost F tier. We're going F tier. It has Las Vegas in it. Come on. New Jersey, really bad. I recorded a video yesterday that I didn't upload. I don't know if I will. It's the part 1 of History of Steely Dan. And the northwest corner of New Jersey is like the highest dense. I say this and that because Donald Fagen is from Passaic. I guess it's called New Jersey. Northwest corner of New Jersey is the highest rate of black bears. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned, but I saw like a black bear in Hiram last week, like a fully grown black bear. I don't know if I've said that in any video yet. It was insane. Like 10 feet in front of me, just in someone's yard. It was insane. Yeah, New Jersey just seems like garbage. It's kind of just like suburban sprawl for much of it. It's like the most densely populated state, if I remember correctly. Just garbage. Atlantic City seems garbage. Come on. I have been there to the Newark Airport, but that doesn't really count. New Mexico seems pretty good. I like Breaking Bad, but it is in the West, so it gets points taken off. But it seems like pretty chill, you know. New York is a great state. I want to go to New York City. I haven't gone yet. I've only gone to pretty much all the other parts of the state, just not the very bottom here. And I love New York. Western New York is wholly part of my domain. I would say like Buffalo and Cleveland are basically the same city, right? And I love, there's great scenery throughout almost the entire state. Really, they say pop over here, so they're allies. And I love New York. New York, I heart NY, and I hate to be that way, but I do heart NY. Solid Eastern state. Very solid. Okay, North Carolina. Tallest mountain east of the Mississippi is in North Carolina. And that's cool. But the coastal part of this, really, once you get past it, like, I've never been here. But once you get over here, it seems bad. And I'm a Rhett and Link head. And where they're from in North Carolina seems like, endearing. But I don't know. It doesn't seem that good to me. It can be C tier. It's a good Eastern state though, Eastern Patriot. Okay. This is wait, am I stupid? This is South Dakota, right? Wait. This is North Dakota. Oh my god. If I were a video editor, I could cut that out, but I don't edit my videos. So you guys are gonna have to hear that I called this South Dakota. North Dakota seems really good. Okay, I'm gonna reserve S tier for states I've been to. So North Dakota will go to A tier because, if I haven't been there, do they really matter? No. But North Dakota seems really good. It's the least visited state. Theodore Roosevelt National Park is the least visited national park outside of like Alaska. And, I like that. I like desolation. Fargo is like has a really cool aesthetic. I got to watch the show. It just seems really solid. Oregon. Thanks for telling me your name so I don't mess up again. No, I would have known that's Oregon. So Oregon is a West Coast state that seems okay. I don't know. I'll just put it there. Pennsylvania. Best state on this list so far. Everything that I had good to say about New York, but better in Pennsylvania. Because it doesn't have the connotation of being like this liberal haven. Come on. Okay, Rhode Island. You seem bad. You're going to E tier, buddy. Sorry. South Carolina seems like North Carolina, but worse. South Dakota, I really liked, but A tier. Maybe B. No, A tier. It's A tier. It's, it seems like it seems like North Dakota's better. Tennessee, I've become enlightened on Tennessee, all right? And this state seems really good. Too hot for me, not snowy enough, but otherwise I can't really think of that much bad stuff about it. It's a good eastern state. It is, like, half of it is in Central Standard Time or whatever. That sucks. But I'll put it in A tier. Utah, fellow Benson Boone fans, where you at? So, Utah is like, seems bad. Seems like Colorado, but like even more of like a psyop. Sorry. Vermont, I really liked Vermont, but it goes to A tier because I'm not an elitist douchebag. And that's what Vermont really represents to me, right? But I did really like Vermont, I think. Virginia. Virginia, I just like spiritually hate because I love West Virginia. And it just seems kind of evil to me. They also take #1 spot of most presidents of any state, and that sucks because Ohio deserves that. Wait, why is Ohio last? What does this mean? And Texas was for, come on. Anyways, yeah, Virginia is just one of my least favorite states. I haven't been there, but okay. West Virginia, incredible state. One of the most beautiful places on earth, right? Almost heaven. Because Ohio is heaven. West Virginia can't quite make it to heaven status, but almost. It's gorgeous there. I have familial ties there, which make me feel spiritually connected to that land. And I don't know. Really a great state. And I think that I'm going to be honest about something. Ohio is a crossroads state. We do not lie fully within any one area. Like West Virginia definitely is not. West Virginia is an Appalachian state, right? Okay. Ohio has Appalachian parts, but it has all these other parts. We're a crossroads state. And to be fair, to be frank, Ohio is not good when it's not being influenced by Pennsylvania and West Virginia. Those borders, emanating from those borders is greatness. And so these two states are maybe they're better than Ohio. Okay, Pennsylvania's better than Ohio. And I'm sorry to admit this. And I'm sorry that I'm like broadcasting. Like I feel bad because I'm supposed to be loyal to my state, but here I am on the internet broadcasting that Pennsylvania's better. I don't know, it feels really wrong. This feels like if I were like this feels like cheating. Like I'm cheating on my partner being Ohio. I'm sorry. I feel really guilty about this. But it had to be said. Okay, so Wyoming goes with these other western. Oh, I actually went to Wyoming and I liked Devil's Tower. I liked the Sundance area. We went through some valley or canyon called like Fish something. It was nice, but no, it goes with these other like western chuddy states. All right, Alaska, very western state, but it seems, I don't know. Of course, I told you guys I love desolation. If North Dakota gets to be here, Alaska gets to be here. Oh, North Dakota, fun fact, coldest state in the lower 48. Like, if you average out the average temperature is the coldest there. Arizona seems like New Mexico, but worse. Maybe like a lot worse, actually. Illinois, kind of lame, but I like Chicago. Indiana, Ohio, but worse. Louisiana, literally don't care. That's like my least. That's the state I'm most apathetic about. Maine, really liked Maine. That can be a new A tier state. Maybe, yeah, better than Iowa. Okay, I'm sorry, Iowa. In Maine, we found a hat with an Iowa thing on it. Michigan, really good state. Here. Really good state, kind of the same as these top three, kind of all the same things I have to say about it. Minnesota seems the same as like Wisconsin, so it goes here. New Hampshire I liked more than Vermont. New Hampshire I really liked. Yeah, I really liked New Hampshire. Maybe more than I liked Maine. Yeah, I think so. Oklahoma. So I was inspired to do this because I looked at an old tier list I made from like 3 years ago where I put Oklahoma in like A tier, and that's just confusing. Oklahoma's C tier max, right? I'm gonna go D tier. I don't have a ton of opinions on it, but it can't be that good. Washington is like Oregon, but a little bit more douchey, right? I think. And Ohio, I'm sorry. Ohio is better than West Virginia because our quality of life just is better here in a way that is so significant that it makes it better. But this is the tier list. Thank you for watching.